Hi everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to run a P&L from Oxford Publish. Firstly, you need to go into your cost group. I'm going to use this one. And you need to make sure that all of the details within your cost group are correct. Ideally, you shouldn't have any warning triangles along here. And you should have details in all of the areas covered by the preparing a project for a publishing meeting document. You can add notes into your P&L here on the notes screen at the costing group. This is the only notes field that appears on the P&L at the moment. So anything pertinent to the investment appraisal meeting, the publishing meeting, need to go into these notes here. So from the cost group, you need to go into the reports area and click P&L. A cost group is the only place in Oxford Publish where you can run a P&L at the moment. So it's really important that the details within your cost group are correct. There are several layout templates available in Oxford Publish for our investment appraisals. There will shortly be one more in addition to this list. So at the moment we have Common Investment Template, which is the one that we'll use today. We have Common Investment Template Financial Years, which is used by other areas of OUP who work on a financial year basis. Edu-K operate on a pub year basis, so the first 12 months from publication rather than a financial year. We have a Summary P&L and a System P&L. These two are more or less out of the box Biblio P&Ls, which we are not using at the moment. So you need to select Common Investment Template. We will have one more, as I say, coming shortly, and that will be to include our sub-rights estimates into the P&L so that they can be taken alongside the P&L to a publishing meeting. But there will be more news on that soon. You need to unselect the Allocate Advance if it is selected. And there is absolutely no need to fill in any other fields here. So you may find that these are blank in your screen, and that's absolutely fine. Once you've run one P&L, it remembers your settings, so you should never have to select the template again. You can then decide which output format you would like to use. Today I'm going to run the interactive one, which basically brings up the P&L on screen so you can have a look at it. It also allows you to have that open alongside Oxford Publish, so you can amend details in Oxford Publish and refresh the P&L. So I'll show you how that works as well. The other option is to run a PDF straight away. So that you can do in order to save it straight up to Oxfordshare. But I will also show you how to save a P&L from the interactive version. So you click Run Report. So this cost group that we're looking at has two titles in it. They are not within a pack. They're just two standalones, a hardback and a paperback. So we should see both of those appearing on our P&L, which we do. So I'm going to talk you through the P&L layout. So at the very top, we have cost group information. It will show you the number of the cost group, who created it, the date that it was created, what status it is at the moment. So many of them, when you take them for a proposal meeting, will be at ready for investment appraisal. You then have your currency and when your P&L was created, and that's time and date stamped. You have your author. And then this first box gives you a breakdown of all of the titles within the P&L. So this will have all of the titles that appear in your cost group will appear here. When you come for a proposal investment, obviously they'll not have an ISBN in there, but you should find all of the other details are as per what you've entered into the system. The backorder release date is the same as the estimated availability date in the schedule or the on sale date at the edition level. The initial commitment is the initial cash commitment that we are asking for as part of this appraisal. This figure at the moment in the P&L is incorrect. VirtuSales are working on a fix and that will be released over the coming months. But for now, it's absolutely fine and our commercial colleagues are fully aware that this is not working. You will then find a number of other boxes. So this top one here is a summary box of everything that appears within the P&L. So this P&L has 2 items in it, a hardback gift edition and a paperback gift edition. And the sum of all of those are appearing up here in the summary box. You then have 1 box per title within your cost group, regardless of whether it is a component of a pack, whether it is sold separately or not sold separately. You will always have another box per item. And then underneath each of these boxes you have a print quantity, and that is the first print run that is proposed for those titles, and how many months of that year 1 does that print quantity make up. It also shows the total cost of that first print quantity and the unit cost per item. That print quantity will include gratis if any gratis quantities have been applied. As you can see, there is 1 per title in the cost group. And actually underneath this, there will, when you start to use it, there will be the notes field that I talked about earlier. That will pull through notes from your costing group notes screen. Going back up to the top, I just want to take some time to talk through this top summary box. In particular, the sales quantity, gratis quantity and total quantities row. What these quantities relate to are the total number of sellable units that we are estimating that we will sell in each of these years. If this cost group contained a pack, those would be the total number of packs that we are estimating we would sell, and then the total number of sold separately items that are within the cost group. It will not include the total number of copies that we need to print in order to furnish those packs. The domestic and export lines come directly from the sales screen on the cost group. So all of these items here will roll up to domestic, and all of these items here will roll up to export. And those will be shown here. Again, this is a sum of the items in each of the values in each of the items within the cost group. Content creation costs are your first costs, and those are entered on the impression level or provisional costing level of each of the items within the cost group. And the cost of sales is your PPB costs or manufacturing costs, again entered on the cost templates within your items. Royalties are the royalties that we pay to our authors and the percentage of the total that they make up. And then you have your gross margin. There's also a line for cost of gratis and unearned advance. Unearned advance you will find is always 0 in years 1, 2 and 3, but if there is an advance entered onto the system and Biblio calculates that there will be some of that is unearned at the end of that 3-year period, there will be a value in this field here in the total column. We also have total additional costs, and those are summarised from the other financials area within each of your provisional costings or impressions. And then you have your investment margin. So I hope that helps. What I'll also talk through now are these buttons at the very top. So from here you can email your P&L to yourself or to your colleagues. You can save your P&L back to Oxford Publish. It doesn't open a save box to save it to your desktop, it just saves it as a record within Oxford Publish so you can continue to rerun it. I'll show you where that goes in a moment. You can print it, or you can create a PDF. We would suggest that you create a PDF in order to save it up to Oxford Share as part of your meeting proposal. But I also wanted to talk through this refresh button. So if you have this P&L open and you want to edit any of your items within your cost group, you can do that on this separate screen. They exist as two screens. You can then update anything within your cost group and click refresh, and it will rerun the P&L with the same settings. So it's a quicker way of making changes and seeing the result. I hope that helps. If you've got any questions, please get in touch with one of your key users or with Danny Tomasi or Philippa Payne in the Business Systems team. Thanks.